About what you said about the NHS, it was a general description. I don't work with the NHS. I got this information in the public space. So it's not about my opinion, so it can't be changed. There are facts released by the NHS that the NHS is a mountain of an organization. And genuinely, if you've been in this country for a week, you can't say you've not been impacted by the NHS. Now, having said that, there is also no way you will tell me that there aren't more BAME, that's the BAME people, blacks and minority ethnic groups, at the bottom of the NHS structure than there is at the top. Because again, it's not my opinion, these are statistically proven and verified facts. Please, let me make abundantly clear, nobody is asking for affirmative action. Nobody wants favors. Nobody wants to be pitied. Nobody wants handouts. We are just saying, if you deserve something, you shouldn't be inhibited because of anything about you. You should only be considered on the strength of your qualifications and experiences, just like your peers are. And it has been proven by studies commissioned by the NHS, that there are more BAME people at the bottom, that's the blacks and everybody else, than at the top. It's just a fact. And that they coined the term, snow-capped mountain. Blacks at the bottom, white at the top. It's not my term. So I'm not saying it's good or bad. I mean, if one particular person, if one particular race has more qualifications than the other, obviously the population you will get, even the people applying for that position, will come from that race. Nobody is saying it's right or wrong. We are just saying this is the reality and we can do something to ensure more representation. And the second thing is that, like you said, if you work in a 90% white society, that's where you will get most of your recruits from, the 90% whites. But we've also said that majority of the blacks of the bottom is occupied by non-whites. Those same people given opportunity, which is what I'm hammering on, equal opportunity, can achieve whatever it is that got those people to the top, if there is no systemic bias. Then, you said, do you want position because you're black? I can't stress this enough. Please don't give me anything because of anything about me. Please, I can't go to bed knowing that my PhD in industrial microbiology and biotechnology and 16 hours a day in the laboratory is not good enough. I can't live with it. If my qualifications are good enough, give me the job. If they are not, find somebody, may the best man win. But I can't go through everything I've been through and then you tell me, oh, because you're black. No, I'm just saying don't refuse to give me because I'm black. Or because I'm a woman, or because I'm disabled, or whatever it is. Then Mr. Kelechi, Dr. to be Kelechi, you said we should avoid stereotypes. And you said you won't change for them. You said you won't change for them, you speak your accents and everything. There is nothing I love more than somebody who takes pride in their identity. Because that is the first step towards solving the identity crises we have. We can't all be the same. We shouldn't all be the same. We should be comfortable in our own skin. If you want to wear your afro, go girl. If you want to straighten your hair, feel free. If you don't want to even show the hair, feel free. Nobody should be told to look like the next person. Don't tell anybody how to do their own stuff. Fix your own self. I mean, there's enough about us that we need to change anyway. So please, I love your accent. I've watched your videos. I love the songs. You know, please be yourself. What we are saying is that do not discriminate against us. We're not saying give us a position. And then, moving from one extreme to the other, that doctor asked, sir, we are so far from the middle that before we get to that other extreme, we are talking 3 generations probably. Because when the suffragettes were asking for votes, the right for a woman to determine who rules, this was a century ago, sir. We are far from the extreme, the other extreme you're talking about. But I completely agree with you that men are also subdued in some things, and you should rightly demand these rights, and we women will be at the forefront. I can't count the number of times I said we need men to help women get to where they want to get to. If there's anything a man feels he's been sidelined from strictly because he's a man, ask for it. We will fight for you. All we are saying is equality. Men are not better than women. Women are not better than men. We are equal. We are not the same. Please, let me make that clear. We are not the same. I don't plan to be like a man. I just want, if I want this, don't tell me I can't get it, just because I'm a woman. And that's all. We are not the same, but we are equal. So So if a man, for instance, wants paternity rights, we the women should ask for it. Paternity leave, sorry. We get paternity leave, men don't. I know men who really want paternity leave to bond with their children. If you guys push it, trust me, we'll be behind you. Just, we need to help each other. That's all I'm saying. So, about too scared to say black, trust me, I know. It's because people are afraid to offend each other. Thank you.
So I got two questions. Well, one was not necessarily a question, but I will approach that first. So I owe Nigeria nothing. Now here's the thing, I cannot necessarily tell you what to think. I can't come and say to you, this is the right thing to do or this is the wrong thing to do. Everybody is going to waste away. Secondly, Dr. Deji, you stated about moving from one extreme to the other. What I'd like to speak about regarding that is the notion of intersectionality. So we all know what a Venn diagram is with the circles, right? Three main issues that we can talk about: racism, sexism, and classism. Now, a lot of people see racism and sexism as two wholly separate concepts, but what we forget is that racism and sexism and classism are all interlinked. Now, intersectionality comes into this when you look at a black woman, and when you look at the three problems that are put onto a Venn diagram, black women fall right in the center. Black women are seen at the bottom of the pile as the most oppressed people literally on the face of this planet, and it's unfortunate, but it's sad truth, you know? So all of these problems are interlinked, and these are problems that we need to solve together. By fighting for sexism, we should also be fighting for racism, because, for example, you can't be a white feminist and say, I'm only fighting for feminism, and then you forget about racism too, because you're not a feminist if you're not fighting for all people who are facing the same oppression, quite frankly. So these are issues that we need to actually go back to the basics with, go back to the drawing table with, and say, okay, what's the actual issue here? These are the three main issues. What can we do to make a change regarding these issues so that we can put an end to all of this and it can all be history one day? That's definitely not going to come in our generation. I mean, when I was speaking, I spoke about how the World Economic Forum has said that we shouldn't even expect gender equality until 2133, and that's if we're lucky, you know? But this is for generations to come. I mean, it's all pretty much a philosophy, but at the end of the day, hopefully it's going to be something that's going to be worth it. So, thank you very much.
Can we give them a round?